Well, this morning was a bit of a sad disappointment for my less than 6-month-old $45,000 John Bean scissor lift. This front rolling bridge jack, the air pump went out on it. I had a vehicle up on the lift, went to lower it down, hit the release lever, and it just dropped. Whenever I released the release lever, continued to drop. The arms were extended. They just landed on the runways. Had to drive the vehicle out over them until I could, take some time here to figure out what was going on. So I figured out that it wasn't building any pressure. I'm assuming the valving in here got stuck or whatever. So it'll be covered under warranty, but I can't have this lift down. For all I know at this point, they could be back ordered. So that sucks. Thankfully, I had these BVA PA 1500 air pumps. I had 2 of them sitting on the shelf. BVA sent them to me a while back. They had the same platform, so I decided, let's swap them out, see if they work. So I installed this one here, tried it out, and I was pleasantly surprised that, first of all, it is significantly quieter than the Eagle Pros. It operates smoother. It might even be a little bit faster. So I'll give you a little bit of an audio sample of what this sounds like, and then we'll compare it to the one that's on the back rolling bridge jack. So that's the audio on this one. Now keep in mind, the microphone on the camera definitely magnifies this sound. Running that front one is almost soft sound compared to a very sharp sound on this Eagle Pro. Hopefully the comparison on the footage is good enough to show how much louder this one is. It's a small thing, the audio, but our office with customers in it is right next to this bay. So less noise is always beneficial. We're gonna go ahead and install the second air pump back here on this one. We'll set this aside as a backup. Time will tell on the reliability of them, but I think that initially they're a smoother, quieter functioning pump, and that's something I'm definitely willing to try out. So the first thing we're gonna do is release the air pressure off of here. Some of y'all might be wondering up there on the front of the lift why we have those plywood skids where the alignment turntables, at least if you're familiar with an alignment rack, where the alignment turntables would go. And the reason is because this lift gets used for a lot of things besides alignments. And so what we do is keep those plywood skids we made in there to keep all the dirt and water and salt and junk off of the turn plates and corroding those out. So that's the answer to that question if you're curious. Then what we do is we keep the turn plates hanging up on the wall in front of the lift, and we can grab them and throw them on there whenever we need. All right, with the airline disconnected, pull off our brackets here. We actually won't be using those bolts. All right, so I did release this, or lower this, to push the oil back that was in the cylinder, just because these do come pre-filled. I don't want excess of oil in the new one. Pull off this last bracket here. So there is a good possibility that they snap on. Wouldn't like that we're running a different brand air pump on here, but quite frankly, I don't care. As far as I'm concerned, the Eagle Pro ones have not performed reliably. So that being said, we'll have them warranty out the Eagle Pro one that isn't working. We'll keep this old one as a backup, and we'll keep the warranted one as a backup. We'll run these. I don't suspect the tech that works on this thing is going to care much. He's a pretty chill guy. It just may be that Snap-on themselves wouldn't be too hot on the idea of not running, their equipment. But like I said, does not matter. I am happy with the lift overall. It's been good. It's easy for us to clean and service and do all that stuff. It functions well. The service is there, which was an important part for me. I just think that the air pumps that they're using are just not of the quality I would hope. The one unfortunate thing, buying a Snap-on product and spending the kind of money you got to spend for it, is it is made in, I believe, PRC, so it's made in China, which sucks because I know that there are brands out there that are made in the U.S. So I don't know. It's one of those things that, something manufactured in the U.S. It's always kind of cool to be able to take pride in saying that. But like I said, at the end of the day, serviceability, really, I knew we'd get the serviceability that I wanted going with this brand, and that was more important to me than, I guess, having a USA made lift. So, and that's not to say that the quality is bad. Like I said before, this lift is a beefy lift, and I don't foresee any future issues with the actual structure of the lift. Unfortunately, it just seems like they used a cheap product as far as these air pumps are concerned. So let's hook up air and test it out and see how it does. So with it going all the way up, just make sure to push the air out of this line as it's pushing back here. There shouldn't be much in there. I'm not too worried about it, but like I said before, I'm not sure if the audio really does it justice as far as how much quieter or softer sounding these pumps are. It is significant in person, the difference between them. Significant enough that I'm taking the time to swap these. Let's put it that way. So I'm happy with that. Like I said, I don't want to speak too soon on these BVA hydraulic air pumps, but I'm hoping, that they have the reliability to back up what I'm seeing now. I'm really happy with that. Well, one last thing before I let you go. I thought it'd be kind of cool to show off, but these BVA hydraulic, low profile cylinders, these are something else. I mentioned they sent me a few things, and this is something else that they had sent me. And I have not gotten a chance to use this yet, but I was impressed with it because working on the heavy equipment side before I came automotive, we used, a hand pump hydraulics with, little mini cylinders and whatnot all the time. And there was a lot of scenarios where we'd get into these low profile situations, popping a drive shaft loose from a yoke or something like that, that having a low profile hydraulic cylinder would have been really, really nice. And these things are like super low profile. I would assume probably about 2 inches, something like that, maybe 2 1/4. Rated for 10,000 PSI. And then the cool thing is it has these magnetic adapters that you can put on over top and, adapt this out however far you need. You got 3 different choices here. I would assume probably 1/2 inch or maybe 3/8, something like that, 2 inch and 3/4 adapters to adapt this out. But really, really cool. Like I said, I haven't had a chance to use this. I don't know, durability and how it holds up over time. Just because we don't use this type of equipment quite as much anymore. If I do get a chance, I'd definitely love to try these out, as well as the 60-ton. I have these 60-ton presses. I'm not dragging them off the shelf. They weigh an absolute ton. But I'd love to check those out as well at some point. Unfortunately, just like I said, I don't use this type of stuff quite as much as I did in my previous employment. So over time, hopefully we get the chance, like I said, to use these and maybe do a little review at that point. I just wanted to show them off because I think it's a really unique tool. Well, I appreciate you checking this out, coming along with me on this journey of swapping these out, unfortunately. But I guess at some point in the future, we'll update on how these are doing. Maybe they'll last longer than the 6 months that the Eagle Pros did, but we'll see how it goes, and at some point throw in an update on what's going on with it. So with that, once again, I appreciate you guys coming along, doing this little project with me, unfortunately, but thanks for checking it out. Have a good one.